Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking all about the Xiaomi 12. Now bear in mind that I've been using this device here for approximately 9 or 10 days, and I have quite a fair bit to share with you, especially since I find this a love-hate relationship with the Xiaomi 12. Now the reason why I say this is a love-hate relationship is because there are quite a fair bit of items that I love about the Xiaomi 12, but there are also a couple of things that I don't really like, and I found that it actually affected the overall user experience. So in today's video, don't think of this as a review, but more of a sharing kind of story of my experience with the Xiaomi 12. Now before we begin, of course, I've said this many times, but if you do like these kind of videos or you just want to support the channel, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel. That would be really awesome. Now let's begin. Alright, first up, the first thing that I like here obviously is in terms of the pricing. Now the Xiaomi 12, I got this device directly from China for RM2500, and bear in mind that this is actually the base variant of just 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory. Now price wise, I think it's a very fair price. In order to get this kind of specifications, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 today for just 2,500 ringgit in a compact device like this, I think it is a no-brainer. If you are the kind of person who actually likes smaller devices, more compact devices, I think this is simply one of the best deals you can get out there. Now, the second thing that I like here is definitely about the design. So I did mention in my previous review of the Xiaomi 12 Pro where I got the black, the matte version, but after using this Xiaomi 12 in this green with the synthetic leather back panel, I found that this is actually much better to use compared to the black version of the 12 Pro. It feels absolutely lovely to hold. You do not have those really cold feeling in the morning, and of course it also has this kind of soft touch feeling to it, so I'm not sure if you can imagine that, but it just feels much more premium and comfortable to hold in hand. Now, one thing I do have to point out here is that although Xiaomi is marketing this as like a compact, smaller device, which we must definitely applaud Xiaomi for still taking care of these people out there, but yeah, this phone is not exactly very compact. It is 6.28 inches. So that means that it is slightly smaller than most flagships you see today, but it is actually not really that small. But if you can see from this video right here, my hands are fairly small and I can actually hold the whole device in one hand very well. So yeah, that's just in terms of the design. That's what I love actually. Now, the third thing that I actually like about this device here, of course, that is the processor. Now, like I mentioned earlier on, this is, I would say, the most powerful compact device to date because it comes with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. You guys already know how it performs. It's basically better than the Snapdragon 888 or 888 Plus in terms of not just performance, but in terms of efficiency and the ability to keep things cool while you are playing games, just browsing through your social media, YouTube and all that. It's a beast in handling all kinds of tasks that you can actually throw at the device. So straight up, I would say that this is a super powerful processor here that, like I said, without much heat. Now, if you are a gamer as well, you will not have to worry too much about that because it will handle every game that you can throw at it without a sweat. So that's what you are getting with the most powerful processor to date in the Xiaomi 12. So that's just in terms of performance. I also absolutely love that. Now, done with that, the fourth thing that I really love about this device here is actually the MIUI 13. Now, I'm also sure that I've shown you in my Xiaomi 12 Pro video about MIUI 13. It basically introduces a lot of beautiful widgets. Now, this is something that I wasn't able to say so much about Android because previously it was quite difficult to get some really nice widgets set up on my desktop, so simple. But with MIUI 13, Xiaomi has actually introduced a lot of beautiful widgets here that you can see on my screen right now. It looks amazing. It just adds a whole sense or a whole next level of personalization that looks beautiful to my eyes. So I think that is one thing that I really love about MIUI 13. Xiaomi is also saying that they have quashed quite a fair bit of bugs with MIUI 13. So on my 8 to 9 day use with the Xiaomi 12, I did realize that it was very smooth, no bugs whatsoever. The whole operating system was very smooth to operate, and it is actually a very nice experience using MIUI 13 on the Xiaomi 12. So I do hope if any of you out there are still using a Xiaomi device, hopefully your device will get the MIUI 13 upgrade so you can enjoy all those benefits. Alright, so I'm done talking about the stuff that I like. Now let me talk a little bit about the things that I did not really love. First up, the main thing that I did not really like here actually is the display. Now, hear me out. The display on the Xiaomi 12 is an excellent display in terms of the specifications. It is an OLED display, like I said just now, a 6.28 inch, 120Hz refresh rate. You have HDR10+, all the good stuff on this display here. A very compact display that puts the pixel density to more than 400. That means everything that you see on the display is going to be crystal clear, very sharp. The colors are amazing. Everything looks good. It looks good, guys. But here's the main problem. The problem with this device, the display here, is actually due to the curved sides on both the left and right corner. So I found that whenever I use a larger device that is curved on the sides, my hands actually are further extended, so I don't really hold the phone like that. But because this Xiaomi 12 is a smaller phone, so the reason my hands actually curve more towards the display, and this is where I have a ton of accidental touches throughout my entire experience. It doesn't matter if I'm just browsing YouTube, when I'm just holding the phone, I will accidentally press another video. It doesn't matter if I'm just using the browser. Without much knowing, I actually hit another link to go to somewhere else. So this is something that I found really frustrating with the Xiaomi 12. I would strongly recommend Xiaomi, like for instance, in the future, if they're going to come out with a compact device, they should definitely go with a flat display so that we don't have those accidental touches on the sides. I'm just going to show you again on the camera right now. Just imagine this. If the device was larger, you would not be cramping your hands so close to the display. But because it is smaller like this, whenever you hold it in your hand, you will actually be touching all over the sides of the display. And I know some of you guys out there might ask me, did you turn on the accidental touch setting? Of course, yes, I did. There are a couple of settings here. You can go from small, medium, large, and you can actually cover up a whole section on the sides here to prevent that accidental touches. But in actual real-world use, even if you cover up all the entire sides, you will still be prone to those accidental touches. So that's just something that I want to feedback. It definitely affects the overall user experience, making it quite frustrating to use the Xiaomi 12. Alright, so that's the first thing that I didn't really like. Now the second thing that I did not really like here actually is in terms of the cameras at the back. Now again, we have a triple camera setup. We have the 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 that you guys might already be very familiar with. It's on most flagship devices from 2021. It's actually a great sensor, but I think due to the optimizations from Xiaomi, it is not that great. Apart from that, you also have a 13 megapixel ultra-wide, and last but not least, a 5 megapixel tele-macro lens or something like that. So overall, I would say just in terms of camera pictures that I was taking on the Xiaomi 12, I definitely expected it to be a little bit better than what I was seeing. So what I mean by that is that the pictures here just doesn't seem too true to life. Pictures just look very bland and normal. Sometimes I notice that the colors are also not that accurate. So for example, when I'm pointing the camera towards a certain person, Xiaomi just makes the entire skin tones go totally wrong and all that. So that's just the kind of experience that I was getting with the camera. Sometimes the shots are actually quite good, sometimes they're not so great. So I would say that consistency is the problem here with the camera. But overall, again, since I personally edit a lot of my photos, I think that is not really a huge deal. It's not really a huge problem for me and not really a deal breaker. So that's just something that I can point out about the cameras. Now the third thing that I didn't quite like here is in terms of the battery life. Now, we do have a very slim device over here, and I must applaud Xiaomi for actually putting in a 4500 mAh battery. However, the problem here is that the battery does not really last that long. So I noticed based on my basic usage, usually in the morning I start off with 100%. By the time I reached like 5 or 6, it was already down to like 30 or 40%, which of course required me to start charging up the device because I typically stay awake till quite late. So yes, this is where you have the 67 watt fast charge charger that came in a box. You're able to charge up fairly quickly, I would say 39 minutes if I'm not mistaken, 0 to 100%. But yeah, the battery life is just not that strong compared to other 4500 mAh battery devices. So again, that's just something that I wanted to highlight. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much what I want to share in terms of my story with the Xiaomi 12. Like I said, the love-hate relationship, because there is, like I mentioned earlier, quite a fair bit to love about the Xiaomi 12, but because of that display, the curved display is just giving me a massive headache, making it very hard to use, and all those accidental touches is just so frustrating. I just wish that Xiaomi put in a flat display on the front and that would have solved everything. So yeah, that's just my take on the Xiaomi 12. If you have any further questions or if there are stuff that you would like me to test out for you, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I hope you don't find this video too negative. I just hope that you understand that this is just my honest take on the Xiaomi 12. Alright guys, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel to see more content like this, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!